For me, we're going to play this on our pre-show on the NFL Network tonight, our pre-draft show. Mayock last year, when we're all sitting there, me, you, him, and David Shaw in Dallas, and the Browns are put on the clock, and Mayock, I said, well, what do you think? And he goes, well, you're John Dorsey, you're a new general manager. And he had like a soliloquy of about 30 seconds about how this is an important pick to let the building know who you are as a general manager and who you view is the prototypical fill-in-the-blank of the player of the team that you're on.
Yeah.
So tonight, obviously, the Dorsey relationship with Hugh Jackson is totally different from the one of Mayock and Gruden.
True.
But tonight, hearing the name of, say, Devin White, right, a thumper from right in the middle of the defense, or some pass rusher who's got a nasty streak in him, that strikes me of what not only the Raiders need, but fills what Mayock has already verbalized what in his mind a general manager needs to do with his first pick. I wonder what you think.
Well, I talked to him yesterday, and I started spitting back the words from his press conferences. He's like, oh, you picked that up. I said, yeah, I've been studying, Mike. I've been listening to what you said. In the first press conference, he used the phrase foundational players. This is kind of a culture-building draft for them, much like he talked about last year with John Dorsey. And I describe it as a middle-of-the-fairway draft. This is not a driver draft. This is just get good, solid players, park that thing in the fairway, and these guys are going to be core members of your team going forward. They have multiple picks next year, too. So there might be different players. They can get a little bit sexier. But for this first one, to me, it's right in the middle of the fairway. And I could see even – people say who could be an out-of-left-field pick at number 4. And Haskins, I think, is possible. I think that's very much in play. But even somebody like Devin Bush, where people would say, maybe it's a little bit high, but that is in the dead middle of the fairway. You know exactly what you're getting.
Well, look, if Mayock, after us hanging out for 15 years in the draft, and the amount of grief that he would give me anytime a Wolverine was either selected
for him to go
passed
there.
over, for him to go Wolverine as his first pick as a general manager, making him a top 5, which I don't know. I can't remember. I think Jake Long was the last Michigan player that was a top 5 player in the draft, right? You're nodding your head, Brockman, correct?
I believe so,
So
yes.
if Mayock makes that stat, I will blow his phone up. Like, he would just stop texting me. He might actually erase me or block me from his phone.
Here's the thing,
That's what will happen during the coverage tonight.
He could go Michigan man in the first round. He could go Jalen Moore, App State running back in the 4th. And for Charles, unfortunately, there are no Tennessee players that are draftable.
You got to be careful in this town.
I know.
Okay?
I see some orange out
here. I know. That's usually your go-to thing is to rag on Charles.
I might get some fruit. I might get fruit thrown at me if I make fun of Tennessee down here.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.